This is the Touchstone Smart Electric Fireplace, the Sideline 50. My first impression was how finished and intentional it makes a blank wall feel. The frame is wide enough to look purposeful, the glass is clean and flat, and the flame bed stretches left to right in a way that instantly centers the room. It doesn't pretend to be a wood burner, it's a modern, linear electric fireplace that looks built-in when recessed and still gives you useful heat for everyday living. Key features that stood out to me were the front-vented heater, the Wi-Fi/Alexa support, and the two media options in the box, logs and crystals. The front vents matter because the warm air is pushed out toward you instead of up into the wall, which is why it's safe to recess and why it can sit under a TV. The smart control matters because I can use the app or voice to switch between embers, brightness, and heat without hunting for the remote. And having both logs and crystals means I can flip the vibe from rustic to modern in minutes without buying extras. From my experience, the install is the moment that makes or breaks this product. Recessed means it sits inside the wall for that flush, designer look. The unit is about 5.5 inches deep, so a standard 2x6 wall is ideal. If you have 2x4 studs, you either build a shallow bump out or accept a semi-recessed mount. I did the full recess. The rough opening is close to 47 inches wide by 20 inches high, and the screw flanges give you wiggle room to hide slightly imperfect drywall cuts. That bezel saves the day if you're not a pro installer. If you don't want to cut, there's a wall bracket in the box. It's faster, but the body sticks out and you'll see the sides, which I don't love in tight spaces. Electrical setup is straightforward. It runs on 120V and pulls up to 12 amps at full heat, so a 15 amp circuit is fine if it's not crowded with other power-hungry gear. I plugged it in with the 6-foot cord during testing, then hardwired it for a cleaner finish once I was sure of the placement. For anyone new to this, 1,500 watts translates to roughly 5,000 BTUs, which is supplemental heat. Great for taking the edge off a room up to about 400 square feet, not a whole house solution. In my opinion, that's the right expectation. Ambience first, bonus warmth second. The flames are LED driven, and the app unlocks a lot of looks. Touchstone advertises up to 30 flame and ember combinations, and I found more variety in the app than on the basic IR remote. You can go warm orange for a traditional feel, cool blue for a modern tone, or mix them with different ember colors. The brightness steps run from a gentle nighttime glow to a bold, daylight-friendly blaze. The logs give you that familiar hearth silhouette, while the crystals sparkle and scatter light like a modern light sculpture. Swapping between them is easy. Remove 2 screws, lift the glass, lay in the media, and reattach. I'd planned for 2 sets of hands the first time because the glass is wide and you don't want to smudge the inside. On heat, it gets warm fast right at the vent. I feel airflow within seconds, but the room itself takes a bit to respond. In a typical 15 by -15 living room, I noticed a comfortable bump after 15 to 20 minutes. The thermostat here is basic. It cycles to maintain a general comfort level rather than letting me key in a precise number on the handheld remote. The app adds timers and scheduling, which I ended up using more often than I expected. I prefer that control for mornings when I want the flames on but the heat off, or for a quick pre-warm before guests arrive. Noise matters to me, and this unit is pretty reasonable. With heat on, the fan has that soft whoosh like a quiet space heater or desktop PC. When the flames are running without heat, it's close to silent aside from a faint motor hum if the room is dead quiet and you're listening for it. There's no built-in crackle, so when I want the full cozy effect, I'll stream fireplace audio to a small Bluetooth speaker. It sounds silly until you try it, your brain fills in the rest. Daytime reflections are a thing with any glass front fireplace. In direct sunlight or opposite a bright window, I need to bump flame brightness to max or close a shade. At night, the depth looks richer and the glass virtually disappears. The glass itself stays cool because the heat goes out the front vent, not through the pane. The sides and back also remain cool when heating, which gave me confidence during the install and around kids and pets. Smart control has been a highlight. Set up over 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi took a couple of minutes in the Smart Life app. Once paired, Alexa voice commands worked reliably for power, heat, and flame options. I still use the included remote for quick changes, but the app is better when I'm across the room or away from home and want to confirm it's off. One small gripe. The remote is lightweight and runs on AAA batteries, and the IR receiver likes line of sight. If it's tucked under a mantle lip, you may need to point more directly than you expect. Build quality feels solid for the price. The unit is around 59 pounds with a metal chassis, powder-coated finish, and a sturdy front frame. Shipping protection was good with thick foam corners, and the tempered glass arrived flawless. Inside, the LED flame system is the newer style with consistent motion and less flicker noise than older bulb-driven designs. Over time, electric flame motors can wear, but I've had no issues so far. Touchstone's reputation for responsive support factored into my choice, and I like knowing replacement parts are available if I ever need them. It's perfect for a media wall where you want the TV on top and a clean fireplace line below it. The front vent means the warm air won't roast your panel. I followed the common rule of leaving about 8 inches of space between the fireplace top and the TV bottom. That spacing looks right and keeps the heat stream clear. It's also a great fit for basements or bedrooms where you want mood lighting with the option to take the chill off without firing up central heat. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a modern, recessed look without running gas lines or dealing with venting. If you prefer a razor-thin frame that blends right into the wall, the Sideline Elite version is the upgrade path. In my setup, I actually like the thicker bezel because it frames the flames like a piece of art and lines up visually with my TV's black edges. The included logs and crystals make it easy to tailor the style to the room without extra purchases. In my opinion, the strengths that matter most are the flexible install, the safe front-vented heat, the smart app and voice control, and the year-round use with flames on and heat off. The trade-offs are modest: glass reflections in bright rooms, a basic thermostat on the remote, and a remote that feels a bit budget. Those are easy to live with given the price and the overall effect. In conclusion, the Touchstone Sideline 50 nails that balance of form and function. The 1500W heater is genuinely useful as supplemental heat, the LED flame looks great from across the room, and the Wi-Fi/Alexa control makes it feel current. It transforms a blank wall into a focal point and does it without the complexity of gas or venting. If you're planning a living room refresh, a basement lounge, or a bedroom upgrade, this is a strong, confidence-inspiring choice that delivers exactly what it promises. A clean, modern fireplace experience with easy control and just enough warmth. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.